What's up, everybody? This is Brad, and it's time to review another Fortnite season. It is May the 31st at this point of recording. Not sure exactly what day this will get uploaded. Hopefully tomorrow, the 1st or the 2nd. But anyway, season is just about over, and I wanted to go through and give my thoughts on it. I thought this was a pretty good season overall. I'm not the biggest fan of the kinetic blade. It's useful for, quick getaways and stuff, but I still prefer the shockwave hammer from the last season. That was, I think people said it was too overpowered, but in my opinion, that's what made it fun. But yeah, it was a lot harder to win rounds this season than it was last season. That hammer helped me a lot. But and it's interesting. This is the second season in a row where the kinetic ore has been used to make a weapon, and it played a big part in the gameplay. So I'm curious as to what the next kinetic weapon will be in season 3. Speaking of season 3, there's leaks kind of going around. I've been trying to keep battle pass stuff. I've been trying to keep myself from seeing any of that. Some of it I have seen. I couldn't tell you what is confirmed and not confirmed because I've just tried to ignore it. So we'll find out in just over a week how much of that was accurate. But anyway, curious to see what the kinetic ore will be used for next season. But anyway, let's look through these skins one more time. This was just a collection to look at them. So we'll move over to the battle pass, go through these again. I'll tell you what I thought. Anyway, let's go back to the beginning. I'm having trouble picking a favorite skin here. I don't think these were necessarily the strongest skins overall. You see this guy a lot. He's got a cool design, but the storyline for the season is that the syndicates were at war with each other, but the looming threat of the last reality returning to the island has gotten them all to join forces to fight back. And I'm not sure if there's going to be an event. I haven't seen anything about there being actually a confirmed event in the game yet. Maybe some sort of... I'm not sure. But as far as I'm aware, there's no in-game event actually happening yet. And there may not be. But anyway, that's the story. Mega City divided amongst the syndicates. Now they are all united, and they plan to fight back against the last reality, who's been using a couple of characters in the game to spy on everybody, to get them to fight so that they would not be a collective threat. But anyway, this character here, Imani, I think she's overall got the funnest design. The cell shading just looks the best, I think. Probably gonna end up being the better one. Thunder was a big character here, but for the season is the leader of the Peace Syndicate. At least I think he's the leader of the Peace Syndicate. Anyway, he's cool and everything, but he is kind of just a big lizard. And I get he's inspired by Godzilla, that's fine, and it's probably why his name is Thunder. But anyway, this is sushi chef. Mystica's kind of cool, the galactic effect there reminds me of the warp stuff from Galactic's from Marvel season. This guy, this Fox Clan guy, didn't really play much of a thing in the story, really didn't. I was hoping maybe some kind of additional lore with the Fox Clan would come out with this guy, but he really wasn't. So, I don't know, I hate the way that Fortnite only gives us little tidbits of the story. And, okay, the Fox Clan's out there. What are they doing? Well, not much of nothing. Okay. I know a lot of the Fortnite stories is background stuff, just stuff to satisfy you to think about in between game rounds. Like, here's a character, High Wire. I think she was working with the Unseen, if I'm not mistaken. But I think she might have been a double agent. And here's Mitsuki with the River Clan, or whatever, the River Guardians, whatever they're actually referred to as. She's got a cool design, and actually what's funny is if you take off like the extra gear for her, you could pass her off as Samus Aran. Let me show you what I mean. Oh crap. And by the way, the reason why that's named Cable is because all of my presets, I had them all labeled by what skin that I got in order. And then when they did the presets, like this was like a good while back, I've just never changed them. I just don't feel like changing them. Anyway, so yeah, Imani is in Cable's old spot. But anyway, going back to Mitsuki. Oh, this was a mistake. It's having connectivity issues, so it might take a while, and it might just outright reject it. But anyway, if you take off the extra stuff, the jacket, and the waist armor on her, it looks like Zero Suit Samus. It's pretty funny. When we know that Fortnite wanted Samus in the game, they asked Nintendo, can we do something and put Samus in? And Nintendo said no, because Nintendo didn't want Samus appearing on Xboxes. Oh, there we go. Nintendo didn't want Samus on the Xbox, so no Samus for. See, look. It could work as a substitute for Samus. Not perfect, but if you looked at it quick, she looks kind of like Samus. So in a way, Epic found a way to get Samus into Fortnite. Anyway, let's go back to the Battle Pass. So I don't think that they're like, I didn't particularly love any of the skins this season, but like I don't know, like I'm kind of conflicted though. Like they're not bad. Mitsuki's cool. Like the Fox Clan stuff is cool looking anyway. Like this guy's design, regardless of how involved he was in the story, he's cool. That one's all right. Thunder's all right as a character. That I don't think the miniature Godzilla in a jacket. I don't know. He's got a cool character, I guess. This one I think looks visually the most impressive. She's the coolest looking one. And this guy is not so bad either. He's got a big jacket variant too. They're all right. Aaron didn't really, the Attack on Titan cosmetics, they look pretty good. They look like they're getting better with the anime style cosmetics. They really are. I mean, I like Attack on Titan fine, but it's just, oh, and this is the only style you get for him. This is interesting though. There's usually you get some kind of variant with the anime skins, but not with this one. But anyway, as we go through, let's look at some of the other collabs here. What do we have? Treyarch Knox. It's one of the Last Realities soldiers. He was in league with this character, Dahlia. Which, by the way, the reason why her and these others are hearts on them, I favorited those because I still need to do 5 minutes of Fortnite videos with them. Haven't got to those yet. That's how I try to keep up with that. Anyway, they were working together as part of the Unseen, as I think they were, if I remember the story right, the Unseen are a smaller part of the Last Reality, but I think that they're not like truthfully aligned with them. I think there's some double crossing going on. All these syndicate people just can't trust any of them. See, who else do we have? Goku Black is a recent collab. And he does look better than the original Goku skin. I'll give him that. But here's the thing. I think that with this collab came out like just a few days after Goku Day, I think they were planning on doing on dropping the skin on Goku Day, and then for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. Either that, or Epic's like, hey, you know, we're gonna wait a few days. We'll drop this one on a day where a lot of people are sure to be home or whatever, and they could see it. But I'm pretty sure I think it's safe to say that the Goku Black skin was for Goku Day. And Rose, I think that they did a really good job with this one. They're getting better with the Dragon Ball skins and figuring out how to make them look good in 3D in this game with all these other characters. The Star Wars event actually was pretty impressive to me. The Star Wars stuff is always kind of cool. I respect Star Wars. I've never been super into it, but like I can't deny that there's some cool stuff. And like, look, Darth Maul. I mean, he's cool looking. He just is. And they actually rolled out a mini battle pass for this year's event. They had clone troopers. They did the initiate order 66. You know, I mean, it was a cool little. It felt like a mini event. I mean, it was a mini event, but it was really cool. And look, for 1,000 V-Bucks, I got 5 different skins. Yes, 4 of them are just variants of each other. I don't know why they do that, but 1,000 V-Bucks, you get some cosmetics, some free level ups, and Darth Maul. I mean, it's a great deal. That's where, like, if you can find good deals in this game, it's worth it. And then the most recent ones here for Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2099 Miguel. I'm not super... Yeah, Miguel O'Hara. So, I haven't seen this yet. It hasn't come out just yet. I think today... I think it comes out tomorrow? Maybe? It's soon. I really liked the first Spider-Verse movie. And there's a lot of hype for the second one. I've seen... some of the folks I've seen who've already seen it said that they actually managed to top the first movie. So that's always kind of an intimidating thing when you've got a hit first movie and then you have to follow it up with a sequel. It's the same thing like with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. People have so much expectations, or have so many expectations of Tears of the Kingdom, that it's almost you can't help but just, think that the people working on these films, these video games, they've got to be feeling the pressure. Like, we had a hit. We don't want the sequel to be a stinker. But thankfully, it seems like the new Spider-Verse movie is going to be just that. It's going to be really good, from what I have heard. I'm really excited to see it. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit better than the Mario movie was. I'm sure it will be. But in terms of collabs for the season, yeah, there you go. The Attack on Titan one collab in the Battle Pass, Goku Black, Star Wars, and Spider-Man. That's why this game is so weird, man. It's weird in a cool way that Epic has the money to make all these collabs work. And, like, none of the characters, like, it works for what it is, but, like, what other game is there out there where you can... that's like a legitimate official game with official deals where you can play as Darth Maul or Goku Black or Eren Yeager or Miles Morales? I mean, there's just not another game like this. It's just not. It's just a massive crossover of different media. And they always find a way to make it work. Like, the ODM gear being in here for Eren Yeager at the same time that the web shooters were brought back and retooled for Miles, and all the Star Wars stuff that was in the game just recently too. I mean, bringing elements of these various fictional worlds into Fortnite, I think, makes the collabs feel a little more special. You know, they did not bring back the Kamehameha for Goku Black, which was a little disappointing, but it is just one skin. I am, as a big Dragon Ball fan though, the fact that we did get another Dragon Ball skin just the very next season after the last Dragon Ball thing, where when they put Piccolo and Gohan in the game, they did bring back the Nimbus and the Kamehameha. So that was fun. And although they did not do that for Goku Black, that leaves me hope that now Dragon Ball skins will become a seasonal thing. We'll get at least one Dragon Ball skin a season now, I hope. And I'm hoping that they'll start, you know, looking more into, you know, Z villains and stuff. Like, I want Frieza in here. I want Perfect Cell in here. I mean, will they do a chunk of the Ginyu Force? Maybe. But there's so much they could do. Dragon Ball is such a massive franchise that you could do so much stuff with it. There are so many emotes that you could create. I hope they will. And hopefully now we'll get at least one Dragon Ball skin a season. But anyway, I think that's going to sum it up for my thoughts on this season. It was a pretty good season, I think, gameplay-wise. I liked Mega City as a point of interest. I wish the story felt like... I wish we could bring back... I don't know, man. Like, this season feels a lot like... Or it gives me vibes of Chapter 2, Season 2, only insofar as there's a focus on, like, criminal organizations of some kind and spying. And I like that, you know, because that's when I started playing the game. But there's still one thing that there's still a question that has not been answered yet. Where is Midas? They teased Midas so hard at the end of... Well, when I say so hard, I mean... Donald Mustard put out a video specifically about Midas and said, like, oh, he's not dead, by the way. I'm like, okay, well, that's great. This character that we thought had been dead for so long, turns out he's alive, and we expected to see him in Chapter 3. No sign of him. Just maybe little Easter eggs and references to him. Where is he? This would have been another perfect opportunity to bring Midas back. The syndicates, Midas was described as the leader of a crime syndicate. Where was he this season? Who knows? But I want to know. I don't want to be sick of waiting for him by the time he actually makes it into the game. You know what I mean? I mean, if we go through a whole nother chapter of no Midas, like, where did the 7 go? That storyline took a back seat. And Amy, the AI, what happened to the Ageless Champion? Everything from the last season kind of got just like there's no connection. So I'm just trying to figure out what the plan will be for this. Like, I want to know, why did the Ageless Champion, even though his castle is still there, where did he go? Where did the Rift Warden go? Where did Amy go? Where are the 7? Is anyone from the IO still around? Like, that, I want these questions answered, and I guess I'm just gonna have to be patient. But it's more of that whole thing where Fortnite has so many factions and groups all competing over control of the island and the 0 point and everything, and it's very confusing at times. I mean, the main storyline itself isn't, but trying to keep track of all of the side stories that aren't actually, like, you know, in-game, or story beats that get sidelined, like how, like, everyone thought that Singularity and the Paradigm were the same person, and then Epic decides, actually, that was an intentional misdirection. They were never intended to be the same person, even though their outfits were very much, very similar. And anyway, I don't know. I just want to see, I want the stories to be cool. I want to see some of these cool characters actually mean something and not just be NPCs you buy stuff from on the island. Like, I'm glad Evie was brought back. Twin was not brought back. Twin is another character that's from, that we didn't really see. There wasn't really too much interaction. Like, that's the thing that gets me. Like, usually Fortnite seasons, you get 2, maybe 3 characters that actually have speaking roles, and then they move on. So, I don't know. I want to see more of this, but I guess we'll find out if the syndicates can actually fight back against the Last Reality, or will the Last Reality destroy Mega City and take over the island once again, just like they did at the end of Chapter 3 and 2. What force of nature will they bring? Chapter 2, it was cubes and the Cube Queen and the Sideways monsters. Chapter 3, it was the Herald and the Chrome. What will Chapter 4's big Last Reality, existence-ending threat be? Guess we'll have to find out. Anyway, appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I've talked a little too long, I think. But, let's go and try to wrap the season up and look forward to the new season when it begins. Until then, we'll see you later.